If you want to be the best, you got to beat the best, and the best is blessed, baby.
All right, gentlemen, we've been over the rules. Protect yourself at all times. Follow my instructions. Keep it clean. Touch gloves if you wish. Let's do it.
Hosted by Zay Bonez, the MMA Brotherz.
Yo,
What's going on? What's going on?
what's up, bro?
Another Friday night.
You already know.
Big UFC event tomorrow. One more sleep, as John Anik would say.
And I'm real excited for this one.
I feel like a 5-year-old on Christmas Eve, man.
Yeah, for sure.
I am Zay,
I'm Bones.
and we are the MMA Brotherz. We'd like to welcome you to another episode of Straight Talk MMA. We about to break down this UFC 298 card, the pressure cooker called UFC 298, because it's a lot of fights on this card, or it's a lot of pressure on a lot of fighters.
Yeah.
A lot of stakes on a lot of different fights. So I mean, don't get no bigger than this.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's go. Let's jump right into it. We would like to say before we do get started, though, that there was a fight that fell off the card. This
Hey,
was a 12 fight card. Now it's an 11 fight card.
wait, bro. I think they replaced Justin Taffa with his brother.
Oh, really? On 1 day notice?
It says Junior Taffa. We'll get to it when they get there. Go Bucks too. Let's go.
Go Bucks. All right, so we're just gonna jump it off. What's up, Alicia Perez in the chat? Number 15, Andrea KGB Lee versus Miranda Fear the Maverick. Andrea Lee coming in with a record of 13-8, while Miranda Maverick is 14-5. So I feel like a lot of people expecting Miranda Maverick to come in, implement the ground game. She is favored, but I like Andrea Lee to take this fight because look at all the people that Miranda Maverick pretty much ground and pound and steamroll is people who are not really defensively. You get what I'm saying? Like her last fight was against Cachoeira. How many times have we seen her dominated on the ground?
Yeah.
Marina Sabo, I forgot how you said it. You know what I'm talking about, though?
Yeah.
And she did her the same way. Andrea Lee, she coming off a loss. A lot of times they like to put fighters with a loss versus a fighter with a loss, but Miranda Maverick won her last fight. Jasmine Jasdavicius dominated her on the ground, though. Andrea Lee, she coming off of a loss to Natalia Silva, but Natalia Silva is that woman. You feel me?
Yep.
I feel like she's gonna be a future champ, but that's neither here nor there. Andrea Lee did look like she couldn't let her hands go. She couldn't find her, but Miranda Maverick don't bring the same movement that Silva brought to the table. Andrea Lee is a more proven fighter. She's faced stronger competition. If I was to bet on this one, I would definitely go with Andrea Lee.
Yo, what's up, Jay?
What's going on?
Hey, bro, I feel like this fight is pretty simple. This is what the UFC is trying to do. Andrea Lee, she's coming off a loss, like you said, and she's ranked number 15. Miranda Maverick is who the masses is more behind and who they're trying to get momentum with. So they're going to try to, obviously she's favored. They want Miranda Maverick to win this fight simply to take Andrea's ranking, you know?
Yeah, she got a lot of hype behind her. She's younger. Andrea Lee is a former Invicta and I think LFA champ as well. I think she got the most experience. She fought the stiffer competition.
But Andrea Lee, she hasn't quite lived up to the expectations in the UFC. Miranda Maverick, she has had 8 fights in the UFC. And out of her 8 fights, her 3 losses has come to like very, very high competition. Macy Barber, Aaron Blanchfield, both most people would think is going to be future champions, and Jasmine just vicious, you know.
Yeah, but I feel like between Macy Barber and Aaron Blanchfield is just like a buzzsaw. Macy Barber, I actually feel like Miranda Maverick won that fight.
All right, that's even more to my point. So I feel like Miranda Maverick, she's going to win this fight on decision. There are a lot of underdogs to be taken on this card. In my opinion, I don't think this is one of them. I will buy that. I would save my underdog picks and my parlays for later on in the card. We'll get to it.
Yeah, if I had to bet on this one, I would definitely pick Andrea Lee.
All right, so we split on this.
Yeah, man, tally up the score too.
Yeah, I got to get my pen and paper and keep track.
All right, you want to grab it real quick while I
Yeah, give me like 15 seconds. Hold on.
Next up, we have the UFC debut of the Welsh Gangster, coming off a Contender Series win. He is 9-2. The Welsh Gangster Oban Elliott facing off against Val, the Animal Woodburn. Val Woodburn 7-1 with 5 KOs. Val made his UFC debut on like a 5-day notice versus Bo Nickel. He got destroyed, but like I always say, whenever you do them that favor, that's like your way into the UFC. They obviously repaying the favor by giving him another fight. He probably signed a 3-fight deal. He's down at welterweight right now, which is his original weight class because he fought upper weight class when he went against Bo Nickel.
Which is even more impressive that he did that.
Absolutely. And I'm going to go with Val Woodburn only because I don't know too much about Oban Elliott, so I can't really break it down how I would like to.
For me, I got Val Woodburn all day because, like you said, he really impressed me in his debut against Bo Nickel. He took that fight on a few days' notice, and he was up in weight too. I feel like he's gonna bring it, and I'm looking for him to get the second round TKO. So this fight, he's actually the underdog in this fight, and I would definitely pick him.
Also, I wouldn't bet on this fight just because I don't know enough about Elliott. But Woodburn, he's also training full time now. He was doing lawn service as well, but now that he's in the UFC, I guess he felt like he gonna go balls to the wall.
Yeah.
So let's see what happens. Next up, we have the 6-1 Bushido Josh Quinlan versus Danny Left Hand the God Barlow. Josh Quinlan is 6-1 with 4 KOs and 2 subs. So all of his wins are finishes. Danny Barlow got a nasty left hand. That's why they call him Left Hand the God. He's 7-0, 4 KOs, one submission, all of his finishes in the first round. Danny Barlow is making his UFC debut. I've seen him fight once or twice. He came off the Contender Series where he had a nasty knockout with that left hand. Josh Quinlan, he's a very good striker. This should be a really good fight. I haven't seen enough of Danny Barlow to choose him. I would just put my money on the underdog. Me personally, I'm not gonna bet on this fight, but for our picks purposes, I would go Josh Quinlan.
Yeah, I wouldn't bet on this fight either, but I know more of Josh Quinlan, so I would definitely pick him. He's definitely a finisher, so I'll look for him to get this fight finished in maybe I'll say the first or second round.
You know, if I was gonna bet on this fight, I would bet that it's not gonna go the distance.
Yeah, that'll be a good bet to put in for that. Definitely.
As opposed to betting on the winner. Next up, this one right here is gonna be fireworks. If I was Dana White, I would call this one. If you don't know, now you know, because we have the Mountain Tiger, Zhang Mingyang, versus the Gorilla, Branson Ribeiro.
Damn, Battle of the Jungle Beast, Mountain Tiger versus the Gorilla.
Yes, sir. Your boy, the Mountain Tiger, Ming Yang, 16-6, with all 16 wins coming by finish. You got 10 KOs, you got 6 submissions. Whereas the Gorilla, Branson Ribeiro, 15 wins, 5 losses, 9 KOs, 5 subs. All of their finishes come in the first round, so you got to combine 20 finishes in the first round. So
this is gonna be insane.
This is gonna be insane. It's gonna be fireworks. If I was gonna gamble on this one, I would gamble that it will finish in a knockout. I would pick Zhang Wing Yang because when I've seen Ribeiro fight, he's one of those killer be killed, but he's not as durable, I should say, as Zhang is. So when I've seen him fight, I've seen him knock out, I've seen him get knocked out. I don't know if the UFC debut gonna under the bright lights gonna get to him, but I feel like he's not as durable as Zhang is. So I'm gonna go Zhang. But they both come, they both bring it, they both throwing hands. I feel like Zhang is a little bit more well-rounded, even though most of his subs they come from knocking you down first and then going on the ground and getting the sub for the finish. Zhang is coming off of the road to the UFC show, so they both young up-and-comers looking to turn into prospects.
Hey, this is definitely a sleeper fight on the card because most people wouldn't even know about this fight. But I'm gonna pick Zane to knock him out, and I'm gonna say it's gonna be a war here. Probably get the finish maybe in the second round. I think maybe he'll make it out the first, but Brinson definitely is a nut to sleep at, and he's definitely gonna bring it too. So,
Yeah,
which is why I think he's gonna get knocked out.
I think the under might be 1.5. I think I would go with that, or I would just go Zhang by knockout.
Yeah, I'm really excited for that one.
Sleeper fight. Next up, another guy from road to the UFC. You have the Japanese 8-0 hybrid Rinya Nakamura versus the 11-3 Penquino Carlos Vera. Carlos Vera, somebody to look out for. He's a Taekwondo specialist, but he now trains with Ryan Hall, trying to shore up that jiu-jitsu.
Ryan Hall. Where you at, Ryan Hall?
He got 1 KO and 5 subs, whereas Nakamura got 5 KOs. Those are all his finishes out of 8 fights. And believe it or not, Nakamura is actually a Japanese wrestler, so he got a high wrestling pedigree. So it's gonna be interesting to see how this goes. But as for me, I see Carlos Vera. The fact that he has a lot of subs, and the fact that Nakamura does have a wrestling pedigree, I can see him having too much confidence in his ground game and taking Nakamura to the ground. Christopher Morales says Ryan Hall still knocked out like the Bucks.
Number one, shout out to Ryan Hall because Topuria put him to sleep. And number two, the Bucks got farther than the Dolphins. But let's go, bro.
Wow. So yeah, I think Nakamura might end up getting the sub on this one.
Oh my goodness.
I'm getting nauseous for some reason. Nakamura probably gonna get the sub on this one. That's the way I see it. Carlos Vera, it is a lot of hype around him. But I don't know. I don't know if he's gonna live up to it right now. He might need some time.
I honestly see this fight going the other way. I see it maybe being a stand-up fight because I feel like Carlos Vera might try to get Nakamura down, but Nakamura is going to sprawl on him and use his good clinch work and everything, his wrestling defense, to not allow himself to go to the ground. And he's just going to beat him up for 3 rounds on the feet. I feel like he's just going to, like patter him and, catch him with. He got a nasty hook, and I know that's how he won his last 2 fights ago. That's how he got the contract for the road to the UFC. But I don't know if he's going to be able to catch him with that. I feel like he's just going to beat him up for 3 rounds and get a decision win.
Hey, so y'all, if y'all want to take a chance, it's worth your money to put something on Carlos Vera because that's the hugest underdog of the night, obviously. And that's one thing that I will say that makes this sport so entertaining, UFC especially. You hardly ever see odds like that. You hardly ever see odds like that. Think everybody laughing at you, Chris.
And it's crazy because I believe the last fight night card, a lot of the underdogs won, and a lot of people still recovering from that Joe Pyfer loss.
Man, the last pay-per-view, 297. Most of them,
yeah.
Unpredictable sport, man. That's one thing I love about it.
Trevor said that's who I'll put a little something on.
Carlos Vera. Yeah, you're not wrong. I'm gonna do the same.
See, bro. Look.
Marcos Rogerio de Lima versus Junior Tafa. I'm not sure if they added this fight back on the card. Trevor said all I do is bet huge underdogs. That's how you get the most value for your money. I don't know about this fight. I don't even know if it was Junior Tafa the whole time or if Justin pulled out.
I believe it was Justin. I thought it was Justin Tafa.
I thought so too, but I would have to get back to you on that one. I know that they said that they canceled the fight because Tafa pulled out due to injury, but I believe it was Justin Tafa. And the crazy part is they look just alike.
Yeah, because look, it's per Nolan King and Mike Baum as MMA Junkie. Junior Tafa steps in matchup on 1 day's notice after brother is injured.
All right, well, there you have it. Junior Tafa, knockout artist, just like Justin. Marcos Rogerio de Lima, his last time out, he took that brutal flying knee from Derek Lewis. He said all his teeth was loose. He couldn't eat solid food for a month. Chris said Justin got injured. His brother stepped in to replace him today. It's a lot of balls, man.
Hey, but look, I got some insider knowledge. I mean, I feel like he got some insider knowledge because if you hurt and we both fighters and you my brother, then I would have a inkling that you hurt. You know what I mean? I would have a inkling that you might pull out of the fight. So I feel like it was
like the injury a while ago, and he just announced.
Yeah. It was already in the works, man. I think.
And the crazy part about it is, since they're heavyweights,
yep,
weight don't really, as long as you under 265.
Yep,
I believe both of them boys, all 3 of them boys, cut to make 265.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. With that being said, being that he took it on short notice like that, I mean, it don't get no shorter than that. I'm gonna go on with Marcos Rogerio de Lima. I think he's gonna get a sub. I think he's gonna drag him in deep waters and probably choke him out.
Man, I want to pick Lima so bad because I in my heart I think this was gonna happen, but just to go against you, just to go against you, and because I'm a big fan, I'm gonna pick against my heart. I'm gonna go with Justin Junior Tafa here. I feel like he's such a knockout artist, and the way he knocked out Parker Porter in his last fight was just so effortlessly and just so
But that was
smooth.
Parker Porter.
Huh?
That was Parker Porter.
Yeah, I know. And Rogerio de Lima, he's not the same after that Derek Lewis knockout. You know,
Well,
like
let's see.
yeah, I think that mentally that mentally did something to him. You know, just to have Derek Lewis run and smash you in the face like that, get all your teeth knocked out. I feel like Junior Topper gonna find that button and put him out. He got to get it done in the first round. You can't go 3 rounds. If it goes past the first round, then De Lima's gonna get this fight. So he can't let that happen. So I'm gonna go with Junior Topper for the first round KO. Let's go.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Before we get to this last prelim of the night, please hit the like and subscribe button. Definitely, I promise you're gonna find something on the channel that you like. So the last prelim of the night, which usually in this spot they put a fight that fans always want to see to try to get you to. This is their last ditch effort, get you to buy the pay-per-view. And you know what I always say, when you see a card with opponents, everybody got numbers by their name. That's how you know it's high stakes. The reason why I call this card a pressure cooker is because you have number 3, Amanda Lemos, who's 13-3-1, 8 KOs, 3 subs. All of her KOs come in the first round. She's taking on Mackenzie Dern, who is 13-4 with 7 submissions, 6 of those coming in the first round. You got number 3 versus number 7. They both lost their last fights. Amanda Lemos lost to Weili Zhang. She got destroyed, but I mean, Weili pretty much destroys everybody not named Rose. Amanda Lemos, she got knockout power, especially for the strawweight division. She's definitely a finisher, a real strong, athletic lady. And Mackenzie Dern, she stepped in on 4 weeks' notice because originally it was supposed to be Tatiana Suarez. She pulled out due to injury, and Mackenzie Dern stepped in 4 week notice. I don't like the fact that she's not training with Ruka no more. I can't think. Jason Perillo.
Yeah.
But like you see the difference in her hands. She will let her hands go, and she is tough. She has a chin, but the longer her combinations are, the more her chin comes up in the air. She is a world jiu-jitsu champion 3 times over, but her wrestling is not that good, meaning she is not good at getting takedowns. She doesn't really have enough power in her hands to knock you down. Her last opponent was Jessica Andrade, who's built pretty much same style, same stature as Amanda Lemos. And Mackenzie Dern got knocked out by Jessica Andrade. So I'm looking for the same thing to happen here. I'm looking for Amanda Lemos to keep going forward, put the pressure on her, connect on the chin a couple of times, and finish her. One thing she cannot do is if she knocks her down, she has to back up and let her up because you do not want to be on the ground with Mackenzie Dern. So I feel like her best bet, Mackenzie's best bet to win this fight is to take it into the later rounds because, I mean, her last fight, Lemos did go 5 rounds with the champ, but at the same time, she does tend to fade a little bit, whereas I've never seen Mackenzie have a stamina issue. So it should be a nice competitive fight. Gina Carano has never been in the UFC, and she retired after she lost to Cyborg in what was that, Strike Force?
Yep.
Yeah, she just do movies now. Yeah, so I feel like Amanda Lemos is gonna take this one. I know you disagree with me, and you're wrong, but tell me why.
Simple as this. Amanda Lemos, she's just a power puncher. She's not going to connect. You know, I mean, I know you're talking hopeful and stuff like that. She's not on the level of Andrade. Andrade is like a A+, and she was in MMA, not a UFC, but yeah, she was in MMA. She was assigned to Strike Force though, not the UFC. But yeah. So I think Mackenzie Dern, she's gonna be able to not get caught and avoid the big shot. I don't like the fact that she don't have.
I can't believe that was. I'm sorry. I can't believe that was a question. Gina been blackballed by Hollywood at this point too. I don't know. Hollywood don't got nothing to do with it, in my opinion. That's the case. I'm pretty sure. Sean Strickland blackballed by Hollywood, but it's MMA, man.
Yeah, I think Dern, she's gonna find a way to get this fight. She's gonna find a way to get the clinch and then get the fight to the ground, and from there, I think she'll find a way to get a submission. I think it's gonna be maybe an arm triangle or a dart stroke, something like that. But I like Mackenzie Dern. I'm definitely gonna put money on her because she's an underdog. I'm gonna do a little parlay and I'm gonna pick Dern as one of my parlays.
Danny say, was she in MMA or UFC? Didn't mean to go off topic. It's all good, man. All questions are welcome. That's what we here for, man. We love the interaction with the fans. We love the interaction with the people that's watching. So any questions, always feel free to ask. But yeah, she was it was a different organization called Strike Force. The UFC ended up buying it out. That's where a lot of other fighters came from, like Luke Rockhold, Nate Diaz was there at one point. I mean, Nick Diaz, I'm sorry. Jake Shields came from Strike Force. Jacare Souza came from Strike Force, so forth and so on.
Cyborg,
Sean Strickland for president 2024. Gina Carano was on the fucking Mandalorian. She hasn't fought in 20 years, never in UFC. Elite XC. I forgot about Elite XC.
Yeah, that was a thing too.
I can't say I forgot about it. I haven't thought about it in a while. But you say so Dern by sub, huh?
Yeah, if not by sub, then she's gonna win it by decision. But she's definitely gonna win this fight, though. I'm very sure of it.
How can you be so sure?
Because Amanda Lemos ain't Jessica Andrade. I mean, Jessica Andrade, I didn't pick her in that fight. You feel me? But
yeah, I know, and I told you then what was gonna happen.
She ain't, Amanda Lemos ain't gonna do her like that.
Okay, we'll see. We got to put a little side wager on that.
Yeah, all right, I'm down. And I'll bet that Amanda Lemos won't even knock her out. I'll bet you that.
Won't even knock her out or knock her down?
No, she won't knock her out.
That's how she's gonna win, though.
That's not how she's gonna
win. But she is gonna win.
No, Mackenzie Dern gonna win.
I tried.
Yeah, this is one of the fights I'm pretty confident in, bro.
I don't see how. It's crazy.
I ain't gonna lie. I mean, yeah, I'm a little nervous. You feel me? But I'm pretty confident
here. Like I see Chris agreeing with you. What am I missing? Like I don't.
This is the fight within the fight, bro. You know what I'm saying? Oh, okay, Fluffy.
Yeah, now you see. Yeah, yeah.
Oh man,
inside joke because we was You're probably right about Dern. Take that belt.
Take that bet.
Take that bet. Oh yeah. You took it already. So, all right. Inside joke, right quick. Me and Bones both are really high on Roman Kopylov, up and comer. Don't nobody know about him, but the hardcores. And my brother was going to blindly take him, and he was thinking about Daniel Rodriguez, and I'm telling him it's Anthony Hernandez. He couldn't picture him, and I was trying to describe to him and tell him how this fight could go either way. And now that he sees who it is, he's like, yeah, you're right. So we have the 11-2 fluffy Anthony Hernandez, 2 KOs, 7 submissions. His last fight, he brutalized Edmund Shabazian. Remember that?
Yeah.
All right, and he's going against the 12-2 Roman Kopylov. Out of his 12 wins, Kopylov has 11 KOs. They are both on a 4-fight win streak. So when I say this card is a pressure cooker, it's pressure on both of these guys to keep that streak alive. Anthony Hernandez comes in ranked number 15. And Roman Kopylov is trying to get a number next to his name. He could definitely Kopylov is money bet. Maxim says he could catch Hernandez. I'm a big Kopylov fan. I love his body work. I love the work that he does with the kicks. He throws everything in combinations. And he likes to set his shots up. But my only caveat is I have seen Kopylov get taken down and look lost on the ground. Anthony Hernandez, if you cut him open, you're going to see a dog because he got that dog in him. I have seen Anthony Hernandez get destroyed for 2.5 rounds and come back and pull off a sub against a world jiu-jitsu champion in Rodolfo Vieira, who actually got a arm triangle choke last week. This is going to be a great fight. This is one you definitely don't want to miss. And I want Kopylov to win.
Go ahead and pick Fluffy, bro. I know you want to.
Hey, take this away. Oh, those are odds right there, right? So Kopylov is the underdog.
No. Yeah, Kopylov is a plus 200. It's at the bottom.
All right, so what I would do is I would definitely put my money on Kopylov just for the value purposes. But I'm gonna roll the dice and go with Kopylov. But don't be surprised if Hernandez pull it off.
Yeah, I'm surprised you picked Kopylov.
I mean, right now, honestly, I'm just picking with my heart. You get what I'm saying? Like either way, betting on this fight isn't safe. I guess that's why they call it a gamble. But I'm not confident in my pick. This is one of those fights that I'm honestly gonna sit back and watch it as a fan because if Kopylov is who I think he is, I think he has the potential to be the next Shavkat Rakhmonov. You get what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
But he has to pass this test, and this is his biggest test, and that's one of the biggest things that's one of the things I enjoy the most about this sport is seeing somebody on the rise and then witnessing the rise and then seeing them like break through as champ. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, because
how far they could take the hype.
Fluffy was on the rise and now he's rising up, and Kopylov is trying to get to where Fluffy is now, hence the ranking.
Yeah, this Victor Morales. What's going on? What happened?
What's up, Vic?
So the way I see it, it's like this. MMA, I don't know for you 80s babies out there if y'all ever seen the show Highlander, but whenever you beat somebody in MMA, you take everything they had, all their hype, all their momentum, all their everything, and now you add that onto yours, and then when you get beat, somebody takes all of that, and that's what makes it so fun. That's one of the things that make it so fun.
Yeah, for me, I'm a huge fan of Fluffy. But you know, Kopylov, my boy, man. I got to rock with Kopylov. I feel like I don't see him knocking out Fluffy or even finishing him. I feel like it's definitely going to be a dogfight, and my concern is
there can only be one. That's right, Thick and Black.
Hey, my concern is that Kopylov is going to cut him open and drop him, but that's what Fluffy wants though. Like he feeds off of that energy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And he's very very resilient. You know, he's like kind of like in the sense of a Diaz, where if you cut him open, he just finna keep coming forward. You know, and you used the word brutalized with him and Edmund Shambazian, and that was the perfect word because he just systematically destroyed him. You know,
he broke him. That's what he does. He breaks people.
Yeah. Yeah, like he would be a good championship fighter because I would love to see him in a 5-round fight, you know?
Absolutely.
But I just feel like Kopylov, I feel like his striking, we have yet to see his complete arsenal, and I feel like he's going to be like a sniper with his feet, you know?
Victor Morales says, take down, ground and pound, fight over.
I'm assuming he's talking about for Fluffy, but
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
yeah, I don't see it happening. But I'm gonna go with Kopylov. Um, he is a plus 200 underdog, and I would put a parlay with him. So far, personally, my parlay would be Mackenzie Dern, Val Wilburn, and Kopylov.
You know what? I just like reconsidering this fight. I'm thinking, so Kopylov, one of his one of his biggest weapons is his kicks. He likes to put kicks at the end of his combinations with
Oh,
his hand.
I think I know you're finna go with this.
You know exactly where I'm going with that. I'm wondering if he's going to shy away from that because he does throw a lot of body kicks, and if Anthony Hernandez can catch one of those and take him down, then I see Vic calling it out how it might play out. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if he doesn't throw his kicks, then does that mean that he's not showing, like he's not playing to his strengths, like he's not using his full all the tools in his tool belt? And when you look at it like that, I feel like in order for him to win this fight, he's probably gonna have to show a new layer to his game.
I feel like I'm pretty sure Kopylov, his only 2 losses came by submission too.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm not super confident in this one, but just because of it's Fluffy, but I'm gonna stick with Kopylov though.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna switch my pick to Hernandez because based off of what I've seen from both fighters, I feel like Kopylov is gonna have to show me something more than what he already has to win this fight, and I hope he can do it because I've been hyping this dude up for like the past year and some change. So I hope so. Vic said, "Put your money up, B." Next up, as the pressure intensifies, we have big fight in the bantamweight division. We got the number 2, Marab the Machine Dvalishvili versus ranked number 3, Triple C Henry Cejudo. Marab Dvalishvili, 11-2 with 2 KOs and 7 subs. Marab Dvalishvili is 16-4. He's on a 9-fight win streak though, and you don't put together win streaks like that, especially in the bantamweight division.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say in that division. Oof.
Triple C 16-3, 8 KOs, 5 in the first round. Henry Cejudo, we call him Triple C because he's an Olympic gold medalist, UFC champion at 125, UFC champion at 135. Legendary, definitely a Hall of Famer. If he retired today, he in the Hall of Fame tomorrow.
Captain Cringe.
He is the one that dethroned Mighty Mouse, Demetrius Johnson. Now, in this fight, I see you, Jay, but I'm with Vic on this one. Marab Dvalishvili, they call him the Machine because of his pressure. Never seen him get tired. Broke the record for most takedowns in the fight. This is a very interesting matchup because both guys' strong suit is grappling. Cejudo is, I feel like, a better striker fundamentally and just like on a high skill level. But I feel like Marab, it doesn't matter. He put that pressure on you. He mixes takedowns with his striking, and he don't stop. He is relentless. If you've ever seen him fight, if you haven't seen him fight, you should definitely check him out. No words can describe this guy is like Adderall and cocaine personified. You get what I'm saying? he's just non-stop aggression, non-stop. Remember that last ticket? Yeah, I remember that.
What? Whoa. They say I know Bones going to go with his boy Cejudo. I don't like Cejudo, man. That's Captain Cringe right there.
They both got a big head, but that's all they got in common.
Yeah, exactly.
But,
hey, this big head full of knowledge, though.
But Merab Dvalishvili. The reason why I say the pressure is on is because Merab should have been had a title fight. They kept pushing him to the back, Aljamain Sterling was his best friend. He refused to fight him while Aljo had the belt. So he just kept racking up wins. His last fight was against Peter Yan, and he destroyed Peter Yan in a way that I didn't think was possible. Henry Cejudo, he retired with the belt, came back to fight Aljamain Sterling. He lost, and he's saying that if he doesn't win this fight, he's going to retire because for him, it's championship or bust. He's not trying to just be a fighter on the roster with a high ranking. You got to remember, this guy's an Olympic gold medalist, and he's held 2 different belts already. So he got the championship mindset where if he's not a champ, then he's failing. So, and he's 37. That's kind of old for the lower weight classes because the speed and reflexes are the first 2 things to go. Jay the Creator say all it takes is 1 hit. Vic say easy work for Merab. And I already called the outcome. Yeah, I feel like this is definitely going to go to a 3-round decision. Henry Cejudo, it behooves him that this fight is only 3 rounds because if it was 5, he would definitely get drowned. Cejudo does have one of the best fight IQs, in my opinion. I feel like top 3 fight IQs of all time. Demetrius Johnson, Dominic Cruz, Henry Cejudo. And it's crazy because Henry Cejudo beat both of those guys. So I don't know. I mean, I'm not gonna say he don't got a chance, but I see Merab Dvalishvili being more hungry than Cejudo is. He wants what Henry Cejudo has already accomplished, and he's not an easy guy to put away either. By the way, I know you say 1 hit can change the fight. That 1 hit can change the fight. If anybody gets knocked out, it will be Merab because Henry Cejudo definitely has the power in the hands. And I really respect Cejudo because he came into the game purely as a wrestler. Just strictly straight wrestler. And now here he is with 8 KOs, more KOs than subs. And he really, really, really just improved his game in a short amount of time, too. He knocked out TJ Dillashaw in the first round. Knocked out Dominic Cruz in the first round. Went up a weight class and
destroyed Marlon Moraes.
Marlon Moraes. And Marlon Moraes was killing him with the leg kicks. Yeah, so Cejudo is definitely no joke, man, and he's not gonna break, but I just don't think he'll be able to handle the relentless pressure of Merab Dvalishvili. But I will say, this is very high level matchmaking by the matchmakers, man. They did a hell of a job putting this one together.
Yeah,
this is one of the fights that I'm interested in watching the most, just to see how it plays out. Like, the fan in me just really want to see how it plays out.
Yeah, so in Cejudo's last fight, he wasn't really able to implement his Olympic wrestling against Aljo. And I'm not in the wrestling rooms with Aljo and Merab, but if I had to pick, I would say that Merab wrestling would be better than Aljo's and his overall, clinch work and ground game. So if Cejudo couldn't really do anything with Aljo, there's no way he's going to be able to take Merab down and hold him down, in my opinion. They all marched up, and so is Cejudo. This is the New Blood fight's going. Yeah, New Blood fight game. But yeah, I agree, man. I feel like this is Merab time. Merab, he's hungry. And I've been on him for a minute too. I would not take the underdog in this fight, which is Cejudo. I'm going Merab all the way. I think it's going to be a 3-round decision. But because this is MMA, and I think this is going to be Cejudo's last fight, it would be very poetic for him to get knocked out in his last fight. That's usually how it goes in MMA, kind of. So
yeah, the game get done with you. You don't get done with the game.
Yeah,
but I will say this though. Cejudo is I mean, like the age being 37, I feel like I don't know, man. Like that relentless pressure, I just feel like it's not gonna be easy to deal with. It's
Nope.
not gonna be easy to deal with. But I'm
I, I
really,
I agree with Vic. Cejudo should have never came back.
I mean, from a fan standpoint, I understand what you're saying because like y'all don't like him, but feelings towards him aside, you gotta respect him, and not to mention coming back after a 3-year layoff to fight one of the best bantamweights ever.
Bro.
He did put up a really good fight. It was a close fight.
He shouldn't even have that title shot.
I agree, he shouldn't have, but he did, and he performed. That's all I'm saying. Next up, in the welterweight division, again, numbers by the names. You got the 15-0. I'm sorry, 15-5. 9 KOs, 2 subs, hands of steel, Jeff Neal versus the 13-0, the future Ian Machado Gary, who's ranked number 10. Ian Gary, 7 KOs, 1 sub, which I can never remember him subbing nobody, but this is a fight that was put together and was supposed to be in Miami. They snatched it off. Then Ian Gary was supposed to fight Vicente Luque on the last pay-per-view. They snatched that off because Ian Gary got sick. They put this fight back together. They do have a little personal beef. Jeff Neal got arrested on DUI, so Ian Gary took his mug shot and made T-shirts and went selling them and giving them out. And it's a lot of trash talk between these two. It seemed like they may have kind of squashed it. One thing I can say about Ian Gary is he talk a lot of trash. He's inspired by Conor McGregor. They're both Irish. He talked so much, and he can't handle it when it's brought back to him.
Yeah, bro, you took my point.
But aside from that, this should be an awesome fight. Jay the Creator say Ian finna bash, bro. Now, I do feel like Ian Gary is gonna win this fight because I feel like he got more tools in his arsenal than Jeff Neal. I feel like in order for Jeff Neal, for somebody to really give Ian Gary problems, they're gonna have to implement some kind of wrestling. Jeff Neal is gonna stand and bang with him. Jeff Neal has power in them hands, but I feel like being that Ian Gary got the reach, I feel like he's stronger, and Ian Gary never just comes at you and throws. He throws feints, wait for you to bite, and then he pick you apart. I have seen Ian Gary drop one time, but he came back and finished the fight in the very next round. That was the only adversity I ever saw him face. Ian Gary, my biggest problem with him is sometimes when he has you hurt, he doesn't go for the finish. Like, he could have finished Neil Magny if he wanted to.
He be point fighting.
Huh?
He be point fighting.
Yeah, kind of. So yeah, sort of. Yeah, I agree with that. But and Jeff Neal, he really impressed me in his last fight against Shavkat Rakhmonov. He was about to be the first person. He could have beat Shavkat, but Shavkat got him in the sub towards the end of the third round. Jeff Neal, my only thing with him is he's inconsistent. You don't know what Jeff Neal is going to show up. Is it going to be the one that push Shavkat to the limit and just walks through Vicente Luque, or is it going to be the other Jeff Neal who underperforms? I know he have a lot of health issues. This is a great matchup, and I'm looking forward to this fight with Jeff Neal versus Ian Machado Gary. This main card is fire. Yeah, that's what I was saying, Chris. Trevor was saying that he got a coworker that said this card is going to be trash. I'm like, what? What do you mean? This card, I would give it a 10 just on paper, but I don't know, the Miami card, if I'm going to call something a 10, that look like it might be 1. So I don't know, but yeah, I think Ian Gary going to probably I don't think this fight go to a decision though. I think he might get the finish, and I think the reason why he's gonna get the finish is because I think Jeff Neal gonna be overly aggressive, and I think it's gonna cost him.
So you think Ian Gary will knock out Jeff Neal?
I think he can finish him with a head kick.
Ooh.
But I wouldn't bet on this fight.
Yeah, I don't want to touch this one either.
If I was going to bet on it, I would bet that it's going to go over 1.5.
Trevor said I'll be watching with an unbiased eye. Man,
Yeah,
this
do
fight.
that. And then that way you can be the judge and let us know, like, you know what, Trevor? It'd be good for the cards that you do watch when we come on here and we give it our rating. I would like to see your rating since you're not since you can be unbiased. Because I think I could be unbiased, but you never know. I am a huge fan.
Well, I know I'm definitely going to be biased because this fight is going to be the crowning of a new champion. But we'll get to that later. All right, so for this fight, I wouldn't be shocked if Jeff Neal was to knock out Ian Gary because I feel like he can be had, bro. Like his defense isn't the greatest, and like you said, I believe 2 fights ago he got knocked down. He was able to come back and finish the fight, but Jeff Neal got some real crisp and nice boxing, and like you said, the Vicente Luque fight, it really impressed me. I didn't see that coming.
Vicente had brain damage after that fight.
That's crazy, bro. And Vicente is a straight up beast, and it's also Ian Gary's former partner too.
Hey,
training partner.
Vicente Luque took that whipping from Jeff Neal and came back and turned into a grappler.
Yeah, I know. For real. So I'm not gonna sleep on Jeff Neal, and I feel like he actually hungry and he want this fight because it is like a little personal beef between him and Ian Gary. He didn't like the fact that Ian Gary slid in his DMs and was telling him congratulations, I hope you feel better and keep training hard, stuff like that. And then the next day he trash talking him in public, you feel me? So he taking it personal. I'm gonna actually pick Jeff Neal in this fight. I'm gonna go with the upset.
I hope you win.
Yeah, I'm picking Jeff Neal in this fight. And if he win, he gonna have to win. I mean, I could see him maybe dropping him, maybe once or twice, and winning by decision. But if he win, yeah, it can't be close though. He's gonna have to beat him up. You know what I mean? Like really, like destroy him. You feel me? Either knock him out or make it to where the judges can't even, give him the scorecard or whatever. But
and the main reason why I give Ian Gary the edge is because Jeff Neal comes in with the boxing. He only uses his hands. Ian Gary uses his hands and kicks. And on top of that, I just feel like with Ian Gary's range and his stance, he can be in and out quicker, and he already has the length, like the reach advantage. So I feel like it's going to be kind of hard for Jeff Neal to catch him, which is why he's going to have to be crashing in, which is how I feel like he might get clipped.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I was hoping that Neal would be a bigger underdog, so I can probably put money on him. But plus 185, I probably won't even touch that.
I mean, it's pretty much like copy law.
Yeah, I know, but I got more confidence that Kopylov would do it, and plus Kopylov is more. That's my boy. You know what I mean?
I got you. Oh boy.
Hey.
This is the third time this fight has been put together. We have the Reaper, Robert Whittaker, versus the Racer, Paulo Costa.
Borrachina.
Robert Whittaker, number 3 in the middleweight division. He comes in with a record of 25-7 with 10 KOs and 5 submissions. Whereas Paulo Costa, ranked number 6, comes in with a record of 14-2, 11 KOs, 1 sub, 9 finishes in the first round. Oh boy. So Robert Whittaker is coming off of a loss to Dricus du Plessis, upset of the year, my upset of the year from last year. Paulo Costa coming off of a 2-year layoff. His last fight was actually in Utah versus Luke Rocco. That was a bloody war. Both men got gassed out. This is going to be a brutal fight. It's going to be violent. And bum fight straight up. Oh man, he might as well log out. Hey Vic, tell me what about these two guys is considered bum?
I'm assuming he mean they're going to be like fighting like bums in the alley. I'm assuming that's what he means.
Okay. So I feel like Robert Whitaker is going to be more technical. I feel like he definitely got more tools in the tool belt. Robert Whitaker is 33. You would think that he's older just because he's been around for a while, running shit in the middleweight division. I know he got 7 losses, but I can only think of 3 men that beat him. That was Wonder Boy in a weight class down, Israel Adesanya twice, and Dricus du Plessis. Robert Whitaker has, for a long time, if he wasn't the champion in the middleweight division, he was the guy that kept you from being the number 1 contender. You know how you get a championship fight in the middleweight division?
Beat Robert Whitaker.
No. Stay away from Robert Whitaker.
Hey, look at Dricus though, man.
Yeah, but I mean, aside from him, who else?
Hey, he actually lost to Court McGee, split decision.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's funny.
Whitaker been done, and never thought Costa was good. That's weird. Whitaker's been done. You say Whitaker's been done, but it's like you can't provide any facts to prove that because you lost to Dricus du Plessis and who else?
Izzy. But besides that,
No, I'm asking him. Like, tell me what makes Whitaker done. You get what I'm saying? If you don't like the man, you don't like the man, but you can't say he done.
He had a 9-fight winning streak in the middleweight division.
Yeah, that's
he had 2 wars with Yoel Romero that was classic fights. You know, Darry Till, Jerry Cannonier.
blessings.
All right, bro, go ahead.
So yeah, I feel like Robert Whitaker I feel like he did get complacent for a while. I feel like from what I was hearing him say, how many losses in a row he got? 1.
Yeah, 1. Because before that, he beat Vittori.
He thrashed Vittori. He thrashed Cannonier. So yeah, I feel like this is a fight that I've been waiting to see for a while. I feel like this fight was supposed to happen at the last card we went to. More than Artem Lobov. That's yeah. Well, Artem Lobov, they call him the GOAT, but it's like I probably can only think of one fight I ever saw him win. But yeah, I think Robert Whitaker is probably going to be more in and out. His game also evolved because he didn't used to implement takedowns, but now he got some wrestling that he like to go to and use. Paulo Costa, he's just a Terminator, a cyborg. He will walk you down. At a record like 25-7, a lot of people don't even got 25 fights. He got 25 wins. Paulo Costa, only 2 losses. They are also to Israel Adesanya and Marvin Vittori. Paulo Costa said Adesanya used black magic to defeat him on Instagram. Man, still salty. Yeah, Paulo Costa is a funny guy. He always talking about his secret juice. And honestly, it's something to that because if you see how Izzy be carrying himself and some of the things he be chanting and when we was at the weigh, I don't know, there's something to that. He was saying he manifested the Dricus fight. You get what I'm saying? The Dricus win. I do believe Adesanya comes off as somebody who practices that type of stuff. But I feel like this fight is going to be a war. I can see either person finishing the other. If I have to pick, I'm going to go with Robert Whitaker just because I feel like he got more ways to win this fight. If you hear him talk, he said he coming for blood. Paulo Costa, I saw him. He looks way leaner now. Everybody trolled Paulo Costa saying that he pulled out of a lot of fights, but I feel like a lot of times, I know the UFC announces fights before they have contracts to put pressure on the fighters to actually sign the contract. So I don't know what this one. I think I'm gonna go with Whitaker just because I feel like he got more ways to win. But I wouldn't be surprised if Paulo Costa KOs him. But I think I'm gonna put this in one of my parlays, and I think I'm gonna go with Whitaker. I can see him implementing takedowns. I can see him being a little more defensively responsible. Paulo Costa is all offense, and he gets hit a lot.
Hey, bro, how confident are you in Bobby Knuckles winning this fight?
I'm not too confident in most of the fights on this card, to be honest with you, but I would say 60-40.
For me, when the fight was first announced, I initially picked Bobby Knuckles to win, but as the fight got closer and closer, I don't know, something in me is just telling me that that Paulo gonna end up taking this fight. I don't know if he's gonna knock him out, but I feel like he's gonna at least drop him, at least once in this fight.
Paulo Costa worships the steroid gods to lend him strength to win. That's why you're on that secret juice.
But yeah, and even when this fight was announced, I kept telling you, Apollo gonna pull out. He gonna pull out. He gonna pull out. But he's still here, and I think he's gonna get the job done. And I think he's gonna end up getting a title shot, if not later this year, at some time next year. And that'll be pretty interesting to see. But like I said, I don't think he's gonna knock him out, but I definitely think he's gonna drop him, and I feel like he's gonna end up winning by decision here.
Hey, Uncle Chell said, what does the winner of this fight get?
Yeah, I know. It's tough. This could be a BMF fight right here.
You know what the winner of this fight gets?
The trip to the hospital.
And nothing, because they didn't call for it.
Yeah,
This
that's
could
true.
have possibly been the number one contender fight if one of them or both of them would have opened their mouths and said, hey, I win this, I'm fighting for the belt. But the only problem with that is
Jamayo.
you're right. And that's one thing that I'm starting to get tired of as far as the UFC goes. Having more than one next man up. You get what I'm saying?
Yep. Yeah, they're making a mess of a lot of divisions.
And I knew that they was going to, when they made that fight for the interim heavyweight belt, I told you that that's going to screw up the heavyweight division, and it did, put it in shambles.
Yep.
Last but certainly not least, we got the reigning, defending, undisputed featherweight champ,
For now.
the Alexander the Great Volkanovski, versus number 3 ranked El Matador Ilia Topuria. Alexander Volkanovski, 26-3, 13 KOs, 3 subs. Ilia Topuria, 14-0, 4 KOs, and I want to say 1 sub. Chris said if they broke, the hospital could be new home. And we lucky if Paulo Costa actually shows up and fights. Again, that's a narrative that the UFC has helped create because they kept putting his name on fights that he didn't sign. So once I heard him say that he was fighting this fight, I knew that he was going to show up. Now, how did Ilia Topuria get here?
How did Topuria get here? By destroying Josh Emmett. by knocking out what's my boy name? Damon Jackson.
No, he got here by not fighting Max Holloway. That's how you get a title shot in the featherweight division. Because you got to stay away from Max Holloway.
Oh, well, he would have beat Max Holloway anyway.
Because any contender that's about to be on the rise that could fight for a title and fight Max Holloway because he's still holding that ranking, they get turned away. Old man Volk by destruction, dispatching this hype train and out him in his place and put him in his place. I got Alexander by KO because he got a ball head. Ball people have no limitations. They have nothing to lose, so they always out. They always end up put up on. I can't even say it right now.
You're always up on top.
So, all right. I'm going Alexander Volkanovski. And the reason why is because, all right, before I get to that, let me lay it out for you. Volkanovski, this is the first fight to win by submission is plus 400. Should I put something on it? Only way I really see this ending by sub, I mean, those are some hell of a odds. You get what I'm saying? I don't think it's going to happen, but that's why the odds are like that. So you want to sprinkle something on that, that's not a bad idea. But the only way I see this fight ending by sub is if somebody gets hurt and dropped, and while they rock, the person, instead of pounding them out, go for the sub. But if it ends by sub, I see Ilya Topuria winning. So Volkanovski, it's not often that you see somebody who lost their last fight and they're defending their belt. But the fight that he lost was upper weight class, 10 days notice against pound for pound, possibly the greatest. What was that? Lightweight, right? Yeah, he
Yep.
was Floyd Ballhead and his champion Mike Tyson, George Foreman, Roy Jones, Sugar Ray Leonard. He rocking the ball look now. Yeah, if I ain't know no better, I would say this sound like Xavier Martinez.
No, it ain't.
But yeah, so all right. Volk, he is 35 years old. There's a stat going around saying that welterweight and lower, out of 28 championship fights, with the champion being 35 or older, that 35-year-old has won 3 times. Those 3 times, it was Amanda Nunes against Irene Aldana, Tyron Woodley versus Damian Maia, and Tyron Woodley again versus Darren Till. But out of those 3 times, it was only once that the 35-year-old champion defeated a younger challenger, and that was the Darren Till fight. Because in those other 2 fights, the challenger was also 35 or older.
Right.
Which goes back to what I was saying earlier about how in the lighter weight classes, once you hit 35, the speed and the reflexes be the first thing to go. Heavyweights and the higher weight classes, the bigger people, they don't rely so much on speed and reflexes. They rely more on power. That being said, I think Volk will win this fight. The reason why is because I feel like he's still hungry. He has a lot to prove. This is another one of those pressure cooker fights where everybody counting him out. Everybody saying he done because he took the head kick knockout. MMA Brotherz going to rock the ball here next. You know it. Cutting off tomorrow. That boy got a kneecap here. So yeah, I feel like Volkanovski has faced the better competition. You look at his resume and you look at how Ilya got here. I feel like, yeah, he's been destructive. He's left bodies laying in all the fights, but I feel like his toughest competition was Josh Emmett. He hasn't fought the upper echelon of the division. He hasn't fought the Max Holloways. He hasn't fought the Calvin Caters. He fought Josh Emmett. He fought Josh Emmett. You said Damon Jackson, like he's not even ranked. He beat Bryce Mitchell, but those are the only 2 ranked opponents he's had. He hasn't fought the Brian Ortega's. He hasn't fought the Yair Rodriguez's. All of these people who I'm naming, Volk has beat. And so yeah, I feel like Volk is the man until proven otherwise.
Bro, I agree with you. The last sentence you said is the most true statement you said all night. Volk is the man until proven otherwise, and the otherwise is tomorrow night starting at 10 p.m. It'll be more like 11:30 p.m. by the time the fight starts. But, bro, like this fight is just straight up destiny and is meant to be and it's supposed to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, Topuria was born to be champion. Ever since I first seen him, I called it. And it doesn't matter who's on the other side of the cage. He's going to win. Whether it's Volk, whether it was your boy Max, whether it was Ortega, it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? He's the most skilled featherweight in the UFC, hands down. I mean, if you just look at his resume, I know he doesn't have the names and stuff, but if you look at, I'm gonna just read off his fights from the first fight: submission, 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 submission,
no,
submission.
no. Tell me again too.
It wasn't even in it wasn't in the UFC, so you won't know these people. But I'm saying his first 7 fights were a submission. Then he got a KO. Then he went to the UFC, got a decision win. Damian Jackson, Ryan Hall, Jai Herbert, KO. Ryan Hall was undefeated, and he was supposed to be a machine at the time.
Ryan Hall is a one-trick pony, and Jai Herbert.
No, I didn't mention Jai Herbert is nothing to brag about. But
okay, Herbert, no, but what I'm saying is Jai Herbert almost knocked him out.
I hear what you're saying, but then you got Bryce Mitchell. That was impressive, even though Bryce Mitchell claimed to be sick. And then you got Josh Emmett, your KO of the year guy. You know what I'm saying?
Josh Emmett. Yeah, and Ilya Topuria is my breakout fighter of the year. Don't forget that. I
did forget that, but Hayden asked tomorrow night, it's his time to prove it. Exactly. He got his work cut out for him. Trash. Well, yeah, man, like Topuria, bro, like this is his time to shine. You feel me? It don't matter that Volk is the featherweight GOAT. It don't matter.
Hey, everybody in the comments, do me a favor. On the scale of 1 to 10, just on paper, how would y'all rate this card?
He has he does tend to lean a little bit when he's throwing his combos, you know, and be like, you know, a little tight or whatever. But I feel like it don't matter. I feel like Volkanovski may try to take him down. If he do, Topuria is going to be able to use the cage to get back up. And I just feel like his ground game, because we haven't seen it as much in the UFC.
It's official, though. It's legit.
Yeah, people do sleep on it. So, I'm gonna go with a decision here. I don't think he's gonna finish Volk because I do respect Volk. I feel like Volk is the man. Old man Volk gonna put him down, Bones. You'll be devastated, just like how he is gonna do it. Relax, Bones. He ain't running for president. Hey, my boy, man. You know. But solid 8, Ocho. Vic got 8.59. I'm gonna give it a 9.5. Yeah, man. But so at the end of the night, Bruce Buffer is gonna say, and new UFC undisputed featherweight champion of the world, Ilya the Matador Topuria. And I'm gonna be right there next to you, bro.
Man. Hey, one thing I will say that Volk is gonna have his work cut out for him, man, is the fact that, like, all right, so we got a 8.59, we got a 9. I was talking trash, just disappointed both of them boys in the co. When John Jebediah Jones versus Francis Ngannou, I don't think that's ever gonna happen, unfortunately. It's crazy. John Jones is the heavyweight champ. Never threw a punch at heavyweight. Never took a punch at heavyweight. And one could say his fight was just that dominant. One could say there's still a lot more to be seen. Like a lot of questions that haven't been answered.
Man, fight Tom Aspinall, man.
I'm looking forward to his return. I think he will. I think he'll fight Stipe. He'll most likely win that fight. And then I think he'll fight Aspinall.
Man,
but
I
was gonna say most of Volk opponents are a little more aggressive. Ilya Topuria is more defensively sound, and so like he's not gonna be like Max Holloway or the Korean Zombie where you're just gonna stand right in front of him. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I will give him that. This is definitely a good matchup, skill for skill. I just feel like I'm going with the more proven commodity because like I said, I haven't seen Topuria fight. I've only seen him in one round. He's only been in one 5-round fight. I haven't seen him fight.
Hey, bro, but hey, look, in that 5-round fight, he dropped him in the 4th and 5th round.
Yeah.
So you know he gets stronger as the fight goes on.
Dana White looks like Thanos, and he is the best promoter in the world.
I mean, you ain't got much to choose from, but yeah.
You got your Bob Arums and you got your
boxing. Ain't no good boxing promoter out there, man. Wait. Speaking of Dana White, hey Dana, when you gonna give us the main event of UFC 300, man? You told us you was gonna do it 3 weeks
Oh,
ago.
I talked to him earlier today. He hit me up and let me know that at the post fight press conference he's gonna announce it like he did 299.
Okay, all right, cool. Because I was gonna say, bro, he got us waiting and all this oil videos and stuff. I'm tired of hearing about it, man. I just wanted to hear about the main event.
The worst promoter in the world. I don't know. It might be De La Hoya, but I feel like Dana is 1A. Oh, Tony Khan. I feel like Dana is 1A, and the honorable, legendary, can't do no wrong. The man with the plan, Vince McMahon, is
about this. Hey, wait, can I read this comment? Vince McMahon about to shit on all the losers' heads.
That's because he's so far above him, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's Vince, man. Shout out, free Vince McMahon.
Hey, listen. Since Brock is banned from WWE, he should come back to the UFC.
No, he shouldn't. Free Vince McMahon. He ain't did nothing wrong. All he did was change somebody's life financially, and he's being destroyed for it. If I pay for services, I want my services. That's all he's saying. You get what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
he ain't do nothing wrong.
All right, so bro, what do you got us fighting tonight? Submission of the night and KO tonight.
KO of the night could come from a lot of different fights, but KO of the night is probably gonna come from Zhang Ming Yang versus Brenison Ribeiro. That's gonna be KO of the night. Fight of the night. I'm gonna go with the main event. Submission of the night. I'm gonna say if it's a submission of the night, Fluffy gonna be the one to pull it off.
Submission of the night, Mackenzie Dern. Knockout of the night is going to be Justin Taffa or Val Woodburn. Fight of the night will be the co-main event by far.
Well,
Freddie Rose, Broncos main event 300, and Vince McMahon we trust. Bree Brock, Heritage Bitchno is still best Boston trainer. All right, looking forward to this card. I don't know if I can set it, but I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. And I'm pretty sure it's going to live up to expectations. We're going to crown a new featherweight champion of the world. Mackenzie Dern will get the submission. Val Woodburn will get a nasty knockout. The co-main event is going to be a war. Both men are going to be bloody. If Robert Whitaker don't win the co-main event, man, yeah, I don't know, bro.
Volk is going to be devastated, and when he's devastated, we should all just like rub it in just a lot of bit.
I'm gonna come out here gloating tomorrow, man. Y'all just watch.
Hey, if Volk win, you got to come on and say Zay was right, I was wrong, Ilya wasn't ready. And don't get me wrong, I do see Ilya with that belt one day, just not today, not tomorrow. By the way, I hope everybody know Ilya Topuria on his profile changed his record from 14-0 to 15-0 and labels himself the UFC featherweight champion.
Yeah, he believe in it. I believe in him too. Let's go. I make sure I text him before the fight to give him a congratulate him.
Anything else you want to add, bro?
No, man. I'm just looking forward to the fights, and I'm ready.
All right, that's pretty much it. UFC 298. One more sleep. Let's go.
Let's go.
Peace.
Peace.
Oh. Before I go, everybody, tune in tomorrow at 10 a.m. to hear our review. And also on Mondays, 6 o'clock, tune in to the same channel for Man Talk Monday. Trust me, you ain't got nothing better to do. Even if you think you do and you tune into that show, you're going to realize, oh, man, I'm tripping. I've been missing this.
Yeah, we also got...
once you listen to that, drop a like. And if you haven't already subscribed to the channel because you're hard-headed, go ahead and subscribe to it now. And when you listen to that, if you haven't subscribed, you're going to want to subscribe. And then you're going to want to go back through the archives. And you're going to want to catch up on all your Man Talk Mondays. and then you might be able to find a few Bible debates in there.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. Tape His Politics is on Tuesday. Yeah, Wrestling with Reality on Wednesday. I'm pretty sure this week you're gonna be going over the Elimination Chamber, and then you got the Bible debates on Thursdays. This Monday is gonna be crazy. Looking forward to it.
So yeah, man, lock in with the Straight Talk Society, man, because you won't regret it, and we appreciate it. Also,
All right.
merch coming out too. Look out for the merch. And if y'all can be so kind as to subscribe to the channel, it's only $1.99 a month. With all this premium content that we pushing out, it's definitely worth it. It just helps provide the channel with a resource to give y'all even better content, as if it can get better, right? But you know, just go ahead and show us some love. We would be greatly appreciative.
And new
And that's pretty much that. Peace.
featherweight champion of the world.
Nope.
If you want to be the best, you got to beat the best, and the best is blessed, baby.
All right, gentlemen, we've been over the rules. Protect yourself at all times. Follow my instructions. Keep it clean. Touch gloves if you wish. Let's do it.
Straight Talk MMA, hosted by Zay Bonez. The MMA